Testing, testing. Awesome. Let's make sure we're set up in the Rumble community here, guys. I'm gonna get my community in. As you guys know, obviously hop in the ascendsociety.com community and obviously get in the Discord too. That's where we're hosting all this. And if you guys want to be up to date and be in the conversation, that's where you guys need to be. So I'll talk to you guys afterwards as well once we finish tonight in there and go ahead and be live and be active. So adjust my camera slightly. Mic check. Can somebody give me a mic check? I just want to make sure I'm coming through clear. I think we're good. Awesome. Well, welcome in, everyone. It is Wednesday night, and as you guys know, we revised the scheduling a little bit. I want to be able to give more time to the Altura team, just so we can make sure we're hitting key objectives. We obviously have had a lot going on recently. We've completely redesigned the site. It's a now premium luxury style. Think American Express Centurion Lounge style community for the 1% or the people that want to make it to the 1%. If you guys go to alturasociety.com, you can see the upgrades. You can see what the platform looks like. It's premium. You can buy your NFTs, be part of that luxury elite community with the syndicate level feel to it. And we've been designing those aesthetic upgrades, getting Vision AI better. At the end of the day, guys, we're selling the vision of a platform that you can get AI consulting and help in real time that can actually access your information so you don't need to be briefing it all the time on what to do. Think an executive assistant that already knows your schedule, but then can go and mentor you on ways to improve it without actually having to pay for that person. Think then the resources, the network, funding, the tools, the software that you actually run your business all in one place and all for one subscription, which right now is $15 or a lifetime pass is $250. And it will go up over time to $40 per subscription in phases. So hopefully you guys see the value there. Check out Altura Society. It's in my bio. And with that said, episode 28. Tonight's episode theme, let me make sure my here is a little bit better. I'm going to turn it up. There we go. Tonight we're talking about income insurance. That's the theme. Tonight we don't have Anthony, it's just me as well. Anthony is planning on usually doing the Monday episodes. And like I said, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are going to be our podcast episodes. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We might be streaming on Saturdays. It's more of just like a casual Q&A session, but that's kind of the schedule for the week if you guys are tracking. If you're a holder, we're doing a holders only call at noon on Saturdays for you guys to chime in and get some feedback and help guide the direction. If you are one of those NFT holders. And again, those are resellable tokens. Tonight, I want to start with a story. And I thought of this on the way back from the gym yesterday. July 4th, I remember making plans with this girl, and this was to go to Dallas. And I really did like this girl, guys. She and I we understood the world together, like same way. The way we see things and the way we see inner workings of modern day life, behind the scenes, politically, economically, all of those things, socially, we agreed on a lot of those issues. And so being able to have that level of depth and understanding with somebody, especially when you operate at a higher level already, is very, very fulfilling. And I really did want to meet this person for the 4th of July. Unfortunately, life just didn't work out like that. And it was never possible to happen, even though we still like each other. And, after a quick bout, we decided to do it. So, you know what I decided? that as a man, my priority is to act anyway. So though I had the reservation made for a hotel and stuff, as you guys know, if you were following my story, I still went to Dallas. I still enjoyed the 4th of July with nobody but myself. Putting yourself in an environment that's new, getting to meet people, exploring a city by yourself, try it. It might feel a little scary at first. Maybe just start with going out to a coffee shop or something and being alone for a bit. Observe people. Understand that it's okay to be by yourself if you aren't functioning smoothly already in that way. There's a certain peace you get. Although it's fun to have people with you, especially like a romantic partner or whatever it is, being comfortable with yourself is one of the first big steps every entrepreneur needs to take, because you're going to be going against the grain of society, of culture, of whatever it is to build something that is beyond the ordinary. I remember driving downtown or getting a ride from my hotel I was staying at, which was just outside of Dallas, into the actual downtown scene on the 4th. My Uber driver was a 26-year-old, let's say, ex-law intern. He was 6 months or so, I would say, from the bar. And from the conversation I had with this guy, he was in danger because the job he had as an intern, I guess, while he was still in school, right, was being outsourced to AI. And they actually cut his position because they decided they were just cutting back extra fluff, I guess, and trying to automate a lot of the basic practices, using AI to review documents, to save time, things like that. And this is law, right? This is a prestigious career. When I asked him why he was doing Uber, if he's going to go to law school and all that, he said, well, I wanted to pay for a course that was offered at the university that's basically called Prompt Engineering 101. How to use AI to be more efficient at your job, which is going to be the new equivalent of having a bachelor's degree. Do you know how to use AI tools to make yourself more efficient? Because that's what universities, what employers, what founders are going to be using in the future. So he wasn't crying, he was calculating. And I had a lot of respect for that Uber driver, right? So a lot of times, don't look down on people doing these minimal jobs, because all of us have to grind our ass off from the start. A lot of you guys, before you ever start a business, or maybe right now too, you're doing a side hustle to start the main business you want to do, which is, I guess, technically, maybe for a lot of you, also a side hustle to your main job. So you kind of have three things going on. You got a cash flow hustle, you got a business, and then you got your main job. This guy was calculating. He understood that there's a threat to what he would have said was a safe and stable 30, 40-year career, because we live in times where you can't predict the future. The markets are being manipulated. The crypto market, as we just saw, tariff news, all this stuff is blowing predictability out of the water. You're the fry in the pan that they flip at the business until you're cold, and then you're tossed away because you're old and you're stale. I don't wait for the grill. I build my own kitchen. That's the saying I came up with. I know it sounds corny, but don't be victim of someone else's cooking, right? Don't be the fry in the pan that you're waiting for someone else to come and use you. Build a kitchen where you are desired. Build a system of practices that lead you to be desirable. Amazon. Let's talk about Amazon, guys. They just cut 18,000 with three zeros, right? Jobs in Q4 here. So did Meta, Google, Microsoft. 40,000 plus, right? Between those three. McKinsey said 300,000 US jobs will be vaporized by AI by the end of 2025. That is, there's 300 million people, so that's like that'd be 3 million would be 1%. So that's 0.1% of the jobs of the market are replaced by AI, which is crazy, right? So out of the active workforce, that might be a couple percent of people. But 1.2 million roles were added. So it's not that the jobs are being removed. We've cut 300,000 jobs, but then we added different types of jobs. But they're only going to be available for the people who move first. What I want to talk about is the way institutions as a whole are viewed. And that's, I think, going to be an important point for tonight's podcast. Gallup, right? If you've ever heard of a Gallup poll, they're the people that put out like the statistics. Basically, the number one source of statistics, probably whenever someone references a study globally. Trust in institutions is at a 50-year low. A 50-year low. Meaning, right, for most of you and your parents' lives, the amount of trust that you've had in anything in your society has bottomed out. As of any other time you've been alive to now. That's crazy. 62% of Gen Z said, I would rather hold cryptocurrency than a 401k. Rather hold Bitcoin than a 401k. I can't trust big firms. I can't trust big banks. It's common now. 20 years ago, they would have looked at you like you were crazy when you said that. But now they say, I understand. NFTs, these weird meme coins, things like that, they're not dead. A lot of these things just are very early in the grand scheme of technology. NFTs in particular, we back our society off of our platform. They're access keys before anything else. They're not digital art. They're not memes. They're not all these other things. At the end of the day, you are writing lines of code on a blockchain to verify you get access to something. The same way you would log into a bank account and verify your access to move money around. Except it's not a bank account. It's entry. And that's what an NFT does. Too many guys are looking at the surface level and saying, well, that's an ape picture. Of course, that's not valuable. And I'm telling you, you're right. You're just not using it for the right purpose. You're using it for the weird picture, not the actual fact that this can be verified in real time, which is why we use this technology proudly, because we're early to the trend of, hey, there's an actual use for this technology. It's like everyone like seeing a skateboard and saying, well, that's a really inefficient way to get to work. Of course not. A skateboard's not meant to get you to work. It's meant to do tricks on. It's meant to have fun with. And so, of course, when you take something out of context for the wrong purpose, it's going to look stupid because the skateboard wasn't intended to go down the highway and take yourself to work. It's supposed to be taken to the park and have fun with. Does that make sense? Now, the same isn't obviously true with NFTs. NFTs are the opposite. You're supposed to use it to get to work. It's supposed to be utility-based, but everyone's treating it like this fun art thing when it's not. And obviously, you have the initial surge, but the long-term, early and late majority are going to move into that technology soon. That's just an example. I don't want to push NFTs too hard, but obviously, go to alturesociety.com and see how ours are set up, and you guys will clearly understand what I'm talking about. Events, tools, revenue. That all comes from NFTs and what they give you access to, not just the art itself and the resale value of that. They're also resellable though. You can actually trade for the first time ever when you buy a course or you buy a membership to something. You can take that membership and resell it, right? When the Taylor Swift concert's over, you can't resell that ticket, right? Because the concert's over. You can't go to the same concert again. An NFT still unlocks the same benefit. It's like a country club membership, but it never expires. Altura's model is token equals your lifetime seat. You can sell it later and it becomes an asset, not an expense. So you use it to learn to grow your business. If you ever want to get out and you think that you're better off without it, you sell it at a profit as the community grows. So you use it for the utility. Does that make sense? And I want to be clear about that fact because too many of you guys are going about being ignorant and looking at NFTs and writing them off as stupid monkey pictures because that's what they were initially. I'm giving you the same example with a skateboard, but use something for the utility it's meant for before you judge it. Don't look at it out of context and say that's a dumb idea because 100% of the time you're right. You're not saying anything that's new. You're just misconstruing the actual intent of it. Okay? I want to talk about the 90-day escape hatch. And this is how you get out of this broken system that I think we're moving towards, where jobs are being replaced, AI is coming in and kicking everybody else out. And we need some sort of insurance, right? You buy your car insurance, you buy your rent insurance. Are you buying income insurance? Income is the lifeblood. Your rent, right? You could always sleep in your car if you had to. But the actual money that comes in to keep you alive, to put food on the table, are you protecting that money? Now, some would say you could do that with mutual funds, but a lot of times you're penalized if you withdraw that, and they have to stay growing until you're 65. What about savings? That's great, but then inflation kills your earnings. So you need something that actually produces money on a consistent time frame, and that's a business. But to build a business and to survive in this economy with a business, you have to use AI, and we're the only community that can teach you how to do that. So I want you guys if you're looking for a side hustle or you're trying to take on an extra work, I would say pause that for a second. Stop applying to jobs. Stop trying to go out there and find extra money, extra hustles. And I want you to take a couple days and audit your network. I know it sounds like a stupid piece of advice, but listen to me. Hear me out. You need to look at your connections. Who do you know? What jobs are they getting into? Explore the people that might be on your LinkedIn, might be on your Facebook, your Instagram, that have now started these different industries, and see how the market is changing. E-commerce is no longer e-commerce. It's info products, right? It's digital products. It's changing the way that we sell things, right? A lot the TikTok shop replaced Shopify. And if you guys are going out and trying old methods and trying to just get jobs in the way we used to do it, of course you're not going to last. And even if you were lucky enough to get a job in this economy, you're not going to last at it because at some point they will too have to modernize if the big giants are already doing it. Okay. So I want to invite you guys more specifically into this movement. But to do that, and again, this isn't a sales VSL or anything. This is just me talking. We're just two people looking at each other at a coffee shop or whatever, sitting across. Imagine this is like a diner table, and we're waiting on our food, and I'm just chatting to you about this idea. Altura is this, and this is honestly my genuine. I'm gonna push this aside so it feels even more personal. Altura is basically this. Imagine my vision was a place where you can go and not have to have a million different subscriptions. I'm tired of using ChatGPT and using Opus Clip to make and edit my content and using Adobe Podcast to maybe increase my audio quality and then having Google Workspace to manage my files and my resources and all that versus just one thing, which is Altura. It's a network first, so it's connecting you with the people that you can't find on LinkedIn, the people that probably won't even want to be your friends anyway, but people that are paying to be in Altura because they want to succeed, and therefore they're motivated to work with you because they want to take action. And you don't have to second guess if that's true because they're clearly paying a subscription to be there. Okay, these people want to start ideas. You network with them. How do you know what to do? How do you know how to plan out a business? Well, Vision AI is there as basically an upgraded form of ChatGPT. I've actually powered it off Gemini and ChatGPT, so it literally is the most advanced version of it. Eventually, you'll be able to link your actual ChatGPT or Gemini account to it and actually import your conversations so that way it can actually learn from that and give you relevant advice. Too many times, we try to just spend most of our waking hours telling ChatGPT what we're even doing. We can't ask for advice unless it knows the context. And to brief ChatGPT constantly is so much work, which is why most people think at some point we'll go to Neuralink or some sort of meta glasses thing that can just see your environment and know what you're talking about, because that takes so much time otherwise. Vision AI could sync to Google Drive. It could sync to your Google Calendar, your Outlook calendar. It could sync to your YouTube channel, and it can pull in the data so you don't have to tell it what to do. This Vision AI then breaks down over the next couple of years a plan about what you'll be working on as you discuss with it. Then it'll break down over the next couple months what you need to accomplish to make that happen, which is the operational level. And then down to the tactical level, it'll determine over the next 60 to 90 days what specific things need to get done to move you in the right direction. So that way you can actually start taking action. Eventually, we're adding the academy, which is where we'll invite creators to come in and make 3 to 4 videos in a mini series. Not a full Netflix course because that's just infotainment. It's not actually moving the needle, but a quick get off the ground and move, quick kit to get you started in the industry. And we're going to partner with a lot of these people to provide basic education for you guys in a quick tactical sense, okay? Because it's not about just sitting there watching videos. It's about just getting enough to get your feet wet and try it, and then getting help from our live community. So that is why we're doing it. You get the subscriptions, the software tools. It's really hard to explain until you just go check it out, and then it all hits at once. And obviously you can make money and you can get benefits from referring other people. Buyers get points. If you refer somebody into our space, if you take your invite link, maybe that is your hustle, is just referring people into Altura, is partnering with us. We give you guys a referral link, and if somebody checks out Accelerate, which is the plan, the subscription at $15, which again is going to go up to $40, You guys are going to get right now $10 out of the 15 bucks for that first month. And if they buy an NFT, you're going to get $50 out of the purchase. So you guys can make a full income literally just selling our service and partnering with us. You also get points, which lead to free cryptocurrency. When we launch our crypto, that's going to be used to pay for subscription to our platform, get you into real world networking events in major US and world cities, get you access to AI tools, get you access to one-on-one mentorship that you can use to pay for that stuff. And you get it for free as rewards for being an NFT holder or taking action. That is the benefit to being early, in addition to the money you're making from getting sales and helping us grow. We're building in this public challenge inside of Altura. Right now we have something going on called the Lightning Challenge, where you guys can actually go shill basically for us. You can go start a conversation about Altura once you know what you're talking about. And if you send the link, if you just talk to somebody in the DMs and screenshot that, you guys are going to get rewarded with points in our challenge. And just, again, free cryptocurrency, free money thrown at you. It's very easy to take a lion's share of the points because you're still early in the challenge. Okay, so I want to make sure that's clear. The next thing you guys should be doing after you sign up for the platform and after you start figuring out your business idea and doing this side hustle of helping us grow is scale. Use our AI, genuinely break down and get a clear roadmap, start to finish, on the small scale to the large scale of how you're going to make money in the next couple of years. Then you need to go out and be public about it. You need to commit to the idea. The educational courses will keep you guided, but you need to get in our chat, our Discord right now. Eventually, it's a on-platform chat that we're building out. You guys are going to talk to other people that are founding businesses, that are doing side hustles, that know what it's like to be in the trenches, because that's so hard to find otherwise. You can't trust people. You can't count on people. It's expensive. You got to pay thousands of dollars. But in this case, you get all of that for Taco Bell each month. That is the benefit that we're building. You don't get that anywhere else. And we're building this network that only gets more and more premier as we grow. If you just literally put our link out and help us grow the movement and you get 10 NFT sales, you just made $500. And that is what you can use to start your business. I want you guys to then scale with AI. When AI gives you the plan, execute on it. Use our actual tools. We're going to come out with our CRM to actually host an agency on that you guys are going to get for already being subscribers of Accelerate. You can use our Altura operating system to set up Gmail and send out emails to your clients, to link with your Outlook or Google or Apple Calendar, to make reminders and a tasks list that you can actually plan and schedule in a way that's going to push your business forward from the vision that you set out with Vision AI. This is all integrated. It's solving the problems that I personally know I have in my business, which is why I'm thinking all the way back to the shoes you're sitting in of I don't know how to make money, Vision AI, and the networking tools and the chats where you figure that out, and the education plan. I don't know how to act on that. Vision AI gives you the roadmap over the next 90 days, all the way up to the next 5 years. So you already know exactly what you have to do. And then I need to execute it, which is accountability, which is one-on-one mentorship that we offer, which is being in the live chat where you can tell people what you're doing, where you can publicly commit to your goals. And then you get rewarded for growing. We give you points for sharing our movement, for taking pride in this activity. And for chatting in Discord, you get free points. It automatically tracks your activity and rewards you points in cryptocurrency that will drop to you at some point for the amount of engagement you have as you build your business. Imagine getting paid to build a company. That's pretty sweet, guys. You can't get that anywhere else. So I want to talk about the psychology and why so many people are scared to get into AI and all this stuff. Loss aversion. It's a psychological technique that overwhelms our brains. We are much more biased toward losing than we are toward winning. Losses hurt way more than wins. If you guys don't know that, place a bet at a casino. People cling to dying jobs where they feel like they're going to lose their income, and they are willing to deal with shittier and shittier work conditions because change and getting out of that feels riskier. 80% of millionaires are first generation. That should mean something. They moved. They got out of their environment. You froze. The dopamine loop, right? You need to come up with this way to reward yourself for progress. That's the only way out of this. So for example, if you guys share our link and you get 2 NFT sales. $100 goes to you on PayPal, plus the $5 bonus that's already there when you make a free account today. You should see $5 sitting in your account balance the second you sign up with an email and password on alturasociety.com. It'll be in the bottom left corner on your wallet. You'll see the $5. As soon as you get your first referral and you help us grow this together and we make money as a team, your brain's going to start rewiring the reward to momentum. And you're going to start looking for more opportunities. This is why pornography is so bad for you guys, because you reward yourself before you've ever taken action. And you think that you have accomplished something, right, psychologically and sexually, I guess, before you ever took action, before you ever talked to a potential partner, before you actually did things the hard way or the right way, right? So you're cheating the system. This is why that having a porn addiction, having a alcohol, a drug addiction is rewarding and stimulating you without actual hard physical work. And therefore, it tricks your brain, which is the bigger thing that most of you guys don't see subconsciously. Altura's entire purpose is to give you AI, to give you the vision, to give you the moral support, and to give you the network to help you actually make, visualize, act, and fund your company from scratch, all in one spot. If you don't believe me, literally look at the website. It's all right in front of you, broken down as clear as you can get, down to the timeline, the people, myself, and the other people on the team. And you rewire your brain for momentum by taking action. The first obvious action you should take right now is to go to my bio. Type in ALTURA society.com in your browser. Come back to this live stream when you're done after you signed up. And know that you did something that's pushing the needle forward. As again, guys, you know, I shared with you my phone background the other day. It says this. It says forward or back. You can't really read it, but just says forward or back, which tells me out of any of the actions I'm taking, when I sat down to make this podcast, is this pushing the movement forward or backward? Well, obviously forward. But what have pushed it backward is if I never filmed this and I instead watched a movie. If I want to be physically forward is going to the gym. Backwards is eating junk food. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, don't overcomplicate it. The action of joining Altura and committing and taking a forward action, you don't even have to pay anything. I'm literally losing money because I'm paying for the AI credits for ChatGPT Premium that allow you guys to use Vision AI. I'm losing money getting you guys to sign up because I care about the movement and I know about the snowball effect. If obviously I'm very clear about the value and you guys get value out of it, I know that some of you are going to want to help us share the movement, especially if we're paying you money to do so. So it all comes back to me. So I don't have to worry, right? Because I can stand on business and know that our tools are actually successful and useful. And I'll just give them out for free. The Alex Hormozi method, right? The $100 million models method. But you need to understand that you won't get anything. You won't make money on a business unless you take action. And it all starts from simple steps. Make your bed, go to the gym. These are the things that the military taught me that compound, that make me going through a physical assault course where I'm low crawling through mud and piss water basically, and I'm getting tear gassed and there's red smoke in my face and I can't see anything. And I have to do burpees until I'm basically about to throw up to make it to the end of the course. That all starts from making my bed and having the discipline to do when others simply won't. That service, that action, that excellence in all we do from the military has proven itself in Altura. And that's what the foundation for free without you guys having to go to basic training that I repackage and send to you guys. ChatGPT knows you guys. It knows you fairly well. Gemini, Grok, whatever you use. I actually use Grok, I think, more often now. But it's not connected. ChatGPT is starting to do that, but it doesn't actually help you figure out what to do about your calendar. It doesn't reschedule your Gmails or your calendar. It doesn't access your Gmails and help you send emails and things like that, like we're going to help you do. It doesn't connect you with people. It doesn't go on LinkedIn for you and introduce you to other people the way our network will. It doesn't matter how advanced AI gets. This is the point I want to make. And I'm at the end of my script. You guys can see that right here. It doesn't matter how advanced AI gets. Having people that know how to use these tools, the elites, the 1% that we're building on the website, and it's very clear about that, is what sets you free. If you look at the video that we put out that's also on our homepage of our site, it's all about people leveraging technology to be free. At the end of the day, all we want is freedom to live our lives. We want to be happy. We want to spend time with our partners, our families, our loved one. We want to travel. We want to have opportunities to meet people, to feel important. Everyone wants to feel important. We want to feel like we're gaining knowledge, like we're actually pursuing excellence and growing every day. That's what we're selling because it's true. Those are the big benefits you get. It doesn't matter what AI tool you use. It doesn't matter if you're using Google or Outlook or Proton or whatever source you're using. We connect to all of those. We help you with all that stuff. The big thing that you're joining Altura for free, and eventually, hopefully, you become an actual member and buy increasing value membership, which is an NFT. You guys are joining because you believe in a premier group of individuals. You've seen the PayPal mafia. You've seen Silicon Valley. This is digital Silicon Valley. And this is Gen Z saying we're tired of the bullshit that's going on in institutions and we're ready to do something on our own about it. This is our turn to shine. And it all starts from us sharing what we know instead of trying to tackle this economy, this world as a million separate fucking pieces attacking at different times. When we stage our effort, when we come together and share what we know, because this isn't about me, it's not about you, it's about all of us linking up in one spot, that's when we formulate and attack the world together with the technology, the network, and the resources that make the world better and will make you rich. AlturaSociety.com. I don't even know what my call to action is. I think I was going to say use Vision AI as the primary thing. That's why I'm so confident in this, because I built the tool and the website that clearly lays all of this out. And if you have questions, I'm in Discord. And how do you get to Discord? Well, you can't unless you sign up. You need to go to AlturaSociety.com, make a free account, and then you go to live chat, or it should be right in front of you on the dashboard, and hop in our Discord, and I'll chat with you. I'll text you. I'll be in the executive lounge for a little bit later tonight to answer your questions. And the last thing I'll say is this. Two things. Forward or back, like my lock screen, is the action you're about to take when you get off this live stream, pushing you forward or back. And I'm literally telling you what to do. So you don't have to think and sit there and contemplate what the best forward action is. It's getting in Altura Society for free and using a free tool that I am paying for out of my own pocket to allow you to have. And it's joining our community, because that's never going to hurt you to be in a space with more entrepreneurs. You become the sum of the people you're closest to. So why would you not surround yourself with more entrepreneurs and hustlers if you know that's only going to add to your life? That is free value I just handed you. And then the second thing is forward or back and take action. Don't be afraid to take risk on. Don't be afraid to put yourself in new environments. Don't be afraid to leave that job at some point. But you need to stand on your own first. And we're going to give you the tools in the network to help you do that. I'm Caleb Schulke. This is episode 28. I'm going to go get some Chipotle because I have an addiction to it. But I will see you guys in Discord later. Thanks for your time. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments. Take care, guys.